What is up, guys? It's Monday. We're back again.
Monday fun day.
This is the All or Nothing Show. My name is Austin. I am your host. I'm your
coast.
host. I'm going to coast you through this Monday as well, by the way, with the boss babes, Brock and Griffin. What's up?
Good morning.
Not too much.
Yep,
Good
yep.
day so far.
We're starting the day off with something that we haven't had on the show in a while. C4.
Yeah. Does this bring back fond memories?
Do we have it on the show?
We had
I think I did a while back, like a long time
over the
ago.
summer. I'm trying to think of the flavor.
It was a sour batch bro was one of them.
That's
Yeah.
exactly
And
it.
I think it's like icy blue something.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
we did have like a rocket pop version.
And it wasn't bad. You know, I don't mind them.
Yeah, it wasn't bad. Just the name C4 kind of puts that dirty taste in my mouth. You know?
Yeah.
It's an elite pre-workout.
It isn't. Well, I guess what I
at
do need to give a
Costco.
disclaimer. I don't believe they use these as pre-workout or they market it that way.
It
Maybe they
says
do.
Anytime energy drink.
Okay, anytime. Well, that's pretty good then.
Yeah.
But
so,
we are not drinking, their pre-workout, which is
only 200 milligrams caffeine.
a
I
dump.
thought it'd be 300.
It's barely anything.
Yeah.
Shit,
I guess
this-
that's why it's anytime.
Gonna put me to
Nice
bed.
and B12.
Do you know anything about Cognizant?
So cognitive functioning,
I
obviously.
figured
So,
so,
Yeah,
but-
it's in
no,
the
I don't know
name.
anything about it. I'm assuming that's probably a
Yeah.
trademarked ingredient or something.
That and Innova tea. I imagine a green tea extract.
Green
is
tea.
What it says.
Yeah.
So. Anyway, let's crack them open.
Let's do it. Let's
What
get it.
made you decide to pick these?
Oh, I
versus
will
the
tell you. I had a
Bilzerians?
very deep thought about it because these were $1 and everything else was $2 to $3. So
Oh,
this is
gotcha,
what the
gotcha.
boys got.
The high budget
Yeah.
guy. Got
One of these will
himself some
fuck up
good
my
drinks.
stomach like the adrenaline in the Rockstar.
Because when I was at Vitamin Shop, I stopped by and grabbed just a few piddly things, and I was like, well, let me try the new Ghost Energy, which I
Yeah.
tried at the party in the gym. Pretty good. Not like, whoa, I'm going to rebuy it. One-time buy for sure. Very sour, I will say. I did the watermelon. Sour. Flavor tasted like candy, though. And I'm not a real candy-ish watermelon, too.
Oh, yeah.
Triggered.
Brock's favorite combo.
Didn't we get that one when we went to get the leg extension? I know we did
No.
No,
They
we
have
got the
red
red berry
And citrus.
citrus,
and then what
Mango?
was the one that Maddie
and
got?
Sourhead.
Oh,
Is it
there
the
was a
watermelon
Warhead
Sourhead?
one.
Is
yeah.
that the Warhead one?
Well,
Oh,
maybe
with the-
that is
yeah.
one of the
That
one we
that's
got.
what I thought. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
it's
I remember
watermelon.
we said like it was sour, but it wasn't Warhead.
Yeah. And that one's watermelon.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I
What
hadn't
would
had
you,
that one. If I had to give it a number, 6, 7,
For
6.7.
Warhead one?
Warhead one.
Oh.
Yeah. This one, one more sip, please.
I
This
gotta
one-
say, I like cherry stuff.
I do as well.
So
I give a 6.8. It doesn't disappoint, but it doesn't get me pumped every sip. You know?
I think
Yeah.
I'm gonna go.
I'd
I'm
rather
gonna
go with
one
the
up
Bang
you.
Black Cherry.
Gonna go 6.9.
I'd go 6.8.
Oh.
6.8. And that's not like dick
I wonder if
riding.
that's the closest we've all been.
I was gonna say 6.8,
Pretty dialed
but
in.
I just
Yeah, I feel
Wanted to
like,
do
you
the
know, if we
meme
all
number.
went with the same number, we would look like phonies. But no, that means we're synced in. We know.
Yeah, we're
Like,
Our
tapped in.
cycles are lined up.
That's true, Queens.
yeah, it's pretty smooth. But anyways, checking out, the chick was like, yo, these C4s, we're discontinuing them or some shit. Or we heard Brock's going to start bringing them in at the gym down the street, so
Oh,
we're going to
fuck.
sell them for $1.
Yeah. Run
Nice.
them out of town.
Yeah. I'm
But,
curious. We'll have to do on the next show or so. Maybe try the new rain flavors.
Yeah.
I've been seeing that white gummy bear.
If y'all see them, pick them up.
yeah, I will.
Pick them up.
So-
I don't know where they are. Or Sheets really doesn't carry like a bunch of new shit. They fuck with G Fuel.
They fuck with G Fuel hard.
Yeah.
And rain.
Rain, yeah.
Yeah.
So, how was
Yeah.
the weekend?
Weekend was good. We had a party in the gym here.
Pretty productive weekend.
Yeah, slamming. That was awesome. A pretty big turnout. And that was the first one I feel like right out the gate started jumping.
Yeah, like as soon as we opened up, I was talking to Steve, and I was like, all right, we're going to have you kind of help. Which Steven is our intern, by the way. He's been really helpful the past full month, I guess I'd say at this point. And so I was like talking to him. I was like, hey, like we're going to have everyone's got to fill out the waiver unless they've been here before, you know, talking to him about how to charge for the party in the gym pass and all
Yep.
the things like that. And then as soon as 12 hit, it was like 12:10. We had this group of like 5 dudes come in, so they all had to do the waiver. So that took a bit. And then while they were kind of like halfway done, had another pair of dudes come in, and then within like 30 minutes, it was already like 30 people here, which was great. But I got nervous because I was like, if it keeps going that way, it's going to get kind of way too crowded to kind of do anything, and 2, parking. Because I mean, we do have some surrounding companies, parking lots that aren't technically like ours to use. However, like they aren't here during the weekend, so A, I doubt they care, and B, even if they did, there wouldn't be a conflict. But I got nervous a little bit about that because no one wants to walk 300 feet down just to go to the gym. So anyway, but to your point, it was popping really early, and it was a lot of good energy, a lot of heavy lifts.
Yeah,
heavy lifts got
that's
done.
true.
We had an attempted 505. We had
505 for what?
455s for deadlift.
Deadlift.
And then we had Jahan come in, which will be on the podcast soon, do a 725 squat. Attempted 815, nearly locked it out. But granted, he didn't really spend much time warming up and went for the 815 deadlift like soon after the squat. So he was just trying to throw up some numbers, get some eyeballs on him. So I respect it.
He did. I watched.
But on I think on a good day preparation, I think he'd smoke it. But that we had the whole, I guess, is it Team No Net crew?
Yeah, Team No Net.
All of them came in, and
it is cool to
benching.
see like a squad come in from like a specific gym.
Yeah,
and I feel like that's not something that you would see at other gyms. Like I guess Walker's kind of does have that, and I've seen it more so at powerlifting things where like crews from gyms will come through. But it is kind of cool to see like, I don't know, we need to be the Iron Built Team Big Dick, I guess. Not Team No
No
I can see you're like hesitating. Do I say it? Yeah, I say it.
Drop it. We're the big dicks. Welcome.
Team knee knocking.
Knee knockers. Yeah, I like that. But I will say
third leg.
The three-leggers.
Yeah.
They were throwing some weight around.
Yeah,
they benched a hell
that's
amount of
true.
weight. Then they did like
Got a
legs.
bunch of
Then they did
donuts.
squats. Yeah.
Yeah.
Donuts.
Oh, speaking
of
of which,
donuts.
Oh yeah. Thank you,
Slammed.
the MF Bakery.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, which actually stands for macro-friendly bakery. I didn't know that.
But I like it being the motherfucking bakery.
Yeah. The motherfucker.
But anyway, thank you to
bakery.
Ryan and Kelsey and Jonathan for running that table, and it was great to kind of help kickstart their venture a little bit more because they've kind of been slowly kind of forming everything together. So I feel like this event was their first kind of real exposure to everybody, and so it was great to kind of have everyone not only like try and like the samples, but they sold a fuck ton of donuts. They sold like multiple dozens,
They crushed.
dozens. They crushed. They sold out of I think every flavor but like 2. They had to start selling the samples they had like cut out. It was awesome to see. I was really happy about it.
Yeah. We put them under some pressure a little bit, I feel like, too, which is good for them. But, they were trying to, scramble to get things together before this weekend, you know, with clothing and this and that and flavors and baking.
They made it happen, though.
They said they were up like early early Saturday morning
Last
before
night
the
and
show,
early in the morning,
baking the rest of the donuts. I was like, damn, that's awesome. Putting some heat on y'all.
That's
but
true.
it paid off, because I know people were hyped about donuts. You say donuts, you're getting me hyped.
Yeah, that's
They're
so-
good macros.
Yeah.
I made the mistake of eating 8, and then I realized.
I don't think it was a mistake.
That's why the box was empty.
I realized though it wasn't like it didn't make me feel bad because again they're healthier ingredients, this and that. They're not that many calories. The problem was I realized each donut has like 12 to 15 grams of protein, mostly straight from powders.
Yeah.
And then I realized with 8, it's like 120 grams of like
Fuck
protein
yeah.
from pure powder.
Nice.
And so I was like, that's a little hard on the powders, but
isn't that the same as like your homemade?
well, so I get like 30 to 40 grams of protein in that, which I'm cool with, and then I'll do my cottage in the night. But I like to just do maybe like 60 grams total of like protein from powder, but then I like to get the rest from like meats or grains or things like that. But
Then yesterday,
What was y'all's favorite donut, by the way? Pick it up.
strawberry.
Cookies.
Strawberry shortcake was the best, I would
Cookies
say.
and cream for sure for me.
Yeah.
Second, strawberry.
Okay, good.
I know I said only one, but
Yeah,
dude.
I just like a lot of like fruitier
what if
things.
they did a blueberry too?
Yeah, that would be pretty good too. Or like a lemon pound cake.
See,
Ooh, a lemon.
I don't
lemon.
fuck with the citrus cakes. Like
What?
key lime smells so
I
good to
love a
me,
key lime.
but it doesn't taste that good to me. Like I can eat like a little slice and I'll be done.
What are you more like
They are
berry?
pretty tart.
Berry or chocolate,
Yeah.
cookie-ish.
Man. Yeah, key lime with like that dry crust, like you get.
They
the
could
perfect
sprinkle some
balance.
crust on that shit.
Oh yeah.
I'm just thinking like actual key lime right now. I'm not.
Doughboy, holler at us.
Yeah.
We'll get you
Yeah.
going.
we got plans.
Yeah. I'd
Yeah,
like
but,
to buy in.
Yeah.
Great turnout for it, and great, awesome feedback, or not feedback. giving back to the Ford Foundation.
Yeah, I was about to touch on that too. Yeah, so we ended up donating $210 to the Ford Foundation, which is awesome. A big bump from last month. We did $110 to the Semper Fi Foundation. So the more that these grow, the more that we can do for the community. So, if the donuts and the gym aren't enough for you, you're helping
for
a
cause. That's
Hell
true.
yeah.
That's
So
true.
excited to pick the next one for next month because hopefully we can keep, finding some other good local ones to give back over the next few months.
That's
Will
true.
it be the Hawaii Foundation?
Yes,
You'll be
I'm going to need
gone.
one, actually.
Yeah. That's
Let's go ahead and
true.
start that now.
Food bank for all.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I guess you won't be here. But then yesterday, braving the snow.
Yeah.
Shot some product stuff. Had
Yeah.
some pizza.
Yeah.
Good overall day.
So,
I feel like.
Griffin,
Yes,
I had
sir.
about 3 people hit me up yesterday saying, new product, question mark? New flavor, question mark? And it's like,
You just told him, yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah.
no, it's the product
Check
we've
the
had for a
site.
year
yeah,
now.
it's on this link right here.
Well, that's what I told Brock. I was like, I should have just went with it. Be like, hell yeah, shop it now.
Yeah, well, it is the newer flavor update, right?
Well, yeah, I guess so. But it was very fun. It's always fun doing those because we get to, sort of be open-minded about everything. And usually most of the shots are on the fly. For the most part,
Yeah.
we do follow a little bit of a regiment with it, but we usually just see what we can make, what shapes we can make out of fruit. Fruit bowls.
I know. Get to play around.
Yeah. But excited because that knocked one more product out. And
Yeah.
the next one is our newest flavor, Cherry Freeze.
Freezy
That's
Steve.
true.
Freezy Steve.
Yeah, that's the
We'll have to
code
bring
name.
Steve in for
Yeah.
that.
Because you know
Freezy
how
Steve.
Apple always has, like, for a new product or something, I think they have, like, a secret name that it is before it officially launches. So
Freezy
this was
Steve.
Freezy Steve. Yeah, see if you can guess that.
Yeah. So, and unfortunately, cherries are out of stock everywhere, it seems like. So that we'll have to wait until
Yeah, I
can
thought I
find
saw
some.
some yesterday, but it was just grapes.
Oh,
But
that's
we can
okay.
do a little Photoshop.
Yeah, a little Photoshop.
Squish it down a little bit.
And I know we hit on this last week. We were going to get some Overcome samples. They still haven't come
It's
yet.
going to be
Yeah.
this week. Yeah.
The inclement weather is probably
Yeah.
holding them up.
And that just goes to show the shit that, like, it is what it is. You take it when you get it.
They're delivering
true.
it by hand.
At least it's 3.
Yeah, right. I'm
So.
excited. Very excited. But other than that, any other updates, housekeeping, anything like that? What do we got going on? Training's been good?
Not really, but
Okay.
it'll be this week.
Brock's like, yeah. I love the honesty, though.
Yeah.
Well, I'm sure
I've
you're
had some
honest, too. I'm
downs.
sure
I've
you're
had
good.
some
I'm sure you're
downs.
good.
My track workout I did last week, because I was coming off the week prior. Finally got to a track. I felt like I was doing good, like the speed work.
Yeah.
This past week, I did the same thing basically, but added 2 more 400 meters to 2 more laps of mile pace, and those ate me up. Like I
Hold
finished
on. You said a mile pace?
at like the mile pace I'm shooting.
Oh, gotcha.
For. So like I'll do a lap, 400 meters. That's that. So I did 6 basically lap intervals at a pace of 6 minutes 9 seconds per mile. So I didn't take 6 minutes. So it ends up being like a minute and a half to get loop around. But point is, so last week I did that for 4 laps. This time it was 6. And I don't know if it was either A, just different like circumstances, or B, it just like the extra 2 intervals ate me up that much, or C, like actually making sure my 90-second rest intervals were like more accurate and like timed. But I got to like interval 4, 5, and 6, and they just put me to hell. And I had to just take like as much time as I wanted, or it was just going to be way downhill. So I had to kind of reflect a little bit, and I think the problem was I was kind of my pace I should be shooting for is a 620 mile on those laps, but really I was hitting like 608, 607, just because like, okay, I'm naturally kind of feeling good, and it's hard to hit it exact.
Yeah, and I feel like if you in your head know you only have 1 lap, you're going to gas it a little harder than
Yeah,
if
a
you had to
little
do
bit.
4 laps. you
Yeah.
know?
So I was kind of doing that, but I'm realizing, hey, I need to leave a little more in the tank. So what I think I'm going to try and do is twofold. One, I'm just going to repeat the last 2 weeks to kind of start this kind of, I guess, program.
Yeah.
And then, one, if I'm already like a little bit ahead of schedule, I'll take like it easy the last, 30 steps or so, and just hit the pace, and maybe that'll give me a little bit more time to recover, keep my heart rate at a better spot. And then 2, when I've been filming the past 2 for YouTube, and I feel like I look retarded when I run. And I think my
You're talking to me, dog.
yeah,
Frankenstein over here.
I heard. I think my form for like my long runs is okay. Like the shorter strides, this and that's fine. But I think at least for like my speed work, I just need to I think I just need to lengthen my stride and just get like a more like natural kind of looking motion. I mean, I'm sure I'll look a little awkward just because we have more muscle. But I think one thing I'm going to be doing a little bit more that I've seen on YouTube, I just haven't really done it myself. It's kind of like I feel like the stretching for like running, just like what you don't really want to do, it just feels annoying, is something called strides, where you kind of like slowly accelerate to your full speed and then kind of slow down. So it kind of gets you in the rhythm of like, I don't know, you kind of like feel your cadence and control back down. It gets your body kind of ready to do some speed work and things like that. So anyway, that's how the running went. The long run went like hell too, just because I didn't like fuel and hydrate properly, so that beat me in the ground. And then yesterday, because of the snow, I ended up doing some treadmill work. But I was meaning to take kind of a light run anyway, just because of how Thursday's long run went. But good leg day. Lifts have been going great. Bench press felt strong. Around like 195 pounds, 194, 195. So
nice.
Feeling dense.
Turning into a man.
Yeah. What about you? And before you start, one thing I feel like I've noticed the past couple shows is you go full Unabomber in terms of your outfit, hat, hoodie on top, and just get like it kind of casts a shadow over you when I look at it in the camera. It kind of makes you look like almost like dark and Jocko tier.
Well,
I feel like
for the listeners, it is 60 degrees. It was like 58 degrees.
Gotta save on the electric.
So this is why I'm looking like the Unabomber in here.
One of us pays the bill.
And
the one in the short sleeve.
Yeah. Exactly. So I dress appropriately
dress
for
the job you want,
the
not
temperature.
The job you have.
But once the warmer weather comes, y'all gonna see more skin for sure.
Yeah, just having fun.
But training's been, as of lately, the past few days, not so great. It gets done, but before like this past 3 days, felt good. Like before the party in the gym, really good. Feel like I'm hitting strides, feeling strong.
Good.
In most cases. Legs were feeling good, besides the calf incident that fucking happened like a week ago. I got some tightness here and there. I'm just fucking old and beat up. But lately, my quad, yesterday, was it? Yeah, like midday.
Just
random.
setting up shots.
Yeah, we were, and this is when you know it's fucked. When you stand up too quick, or you're just moving around doing shit and like out of nowhere.
Got up too fast.
Yeah,
you got to sit down again.
Quad feels like it's about to snap.
Yeah,
like, and I still felt it this morning. I almost got you to feel it. But like I was like, what's the point? I just want to. I really
come here.
You got Kathy.
I just want you to touch my leg for real.
Yeah.
But it feels like number two pencils under my skin, like in my upper quad, that are about to like snap.
Oh.
Yeah, and I started off training like I was training balls to the wall this morning. Felt great. Did lunges up and down. I was like, damn, today's good. I'm gonna hit it. And then like 3 exercises in, the leg press is what got me. After you hopped off, I hopped in there. Didn't even put any weight on it. Just did the sled.
Did you do single leg? I thought that's what you're doing. Yeah. I feel like, I don't know, and that's why I actually ended up not doing the leg press. I think it was last week or like last Friday, because for some reason my lateralis, that outer quad, just felt like a little.
That's it.
It felt a little tight.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I won't do this, because typically how I'll do the leg press is low and close so I can target that. But and so today it felt good for me, but I get that. Yeah, especially like single leg, I can imagine.
And I got up, and then the next half an hour, I was like dealing with it, just trying to work around it. And, you know, I still did everything I needed to do, but it was still like frustrating to know that like it's still there. It's still something I need to take care of. Like yesterday, I did that whole mobility day after we shot those shots for at least an hour and a half. And at the end of the day, I told Brock, I was like, I feel like fucked because I did an hour and a half worth of mobility and stretching, like hardcore hurting.
Yeah.
And still felt the same. Like shit.
It takes more than
and I was
one.
like, I think I got about 1,000 hours left on the books before I start to feel normal maybe. But, you know, I'm going to start getting better with it and start warming up more properly and shit. And just taking care of my shit, man. I feel like I need to, you know, not to get sidetracked too much in the, off of the training guide, but I feel like something like doing some, when it gets, and you know what, fuck that. Not when it gets warmer. Here soon. Once I get maybe some better shoes.
Once you turn the heat on.
Because my shoes are shit. Going for some short runs. Not like, I'm not talking about miles, but like
wheels.
No, till the wheels fall off, till I'm pissing blood. But I need to do something whether
till I'm pissing blood.
something more functional
Takes
with my
100
legs.
yards in.
Yeah.
Because I feel like, if I went for a run, if I did our mile this month, I'm blowing shit off the bone.
I'm hoping we can run it in April.
Okay, give me some time. I need to do some repair work.
Let me know what the date is so I can plan a vacation.
Yeah.
But I feel like I do need to throw something a little bit more functional in besides just getting in here, throwing a shitload of weight on my legs, and then just sitting the rest of the day.
Well, isn't it interesting too, like, to think about that of how much you maybe love lifting or like that process, that it's hard to then like try to get into a new endeavor like more mobility, because it's not as like sexy overall. So it's like trying to just still put yourself, like the same amount of yourself, into something like that, and really try to like do it to your full potential.
And honestly, the past like 2 days, especially yesterday, I tried to like change my mind, and maybe this helps somebody else out there, that doesn't want to stretch or do that, but like you don't see it first off at hand, at face value of like, man, this is going to help me get better or stronger or bigger, which at the end of the day, it actually will, indirectly, it's going to allow you to push that extra harder that next round. If you're, continuously, consistently stretching, it indirectly will help you get bigger, get stronger, get faster. And I always looked at it the wrong way, like, what the fuck's this going to do for me? Like, this ain't putting muscle on me.
Yeah.
Getting under some weight's going to put some muscle on me.
Yeah, let's go. Load another plate on there.
But,
it'll stretch itself out.
I'm trying to change my mindset on it and just realize, hey, this is part of the process or part of the game, and I do need to give it some attention. I'm not going to be perfect. I might not do it for hours on end, but I'm going to try and do, like, the key points, hamstrings, calves, glutes, a little bit of rolling out, and then fucking, try and live a little bit better.
I have to give you my book of Becoming a Supple Leopard.
Oh, yeah.
You ever heard of that?
Fuck Kelly Starrett.
Yeah, it's good mobility stuff.
Yeah.
So
I might not. But training's been good. Yeah, I want to answer that. It's been good, minus the other bullshit. Yeah.
All right, Griffin, you're up.
Yeah, what's up with you, man? Just give us the beans.
The past week, I was a little frustrated because we got this new ingredient to try. It's called Vaso 6, and it's pretty disgusting. We've been measuring out certain amounts to kind of figure out, like,
it's like a pinch will like obliterate your taste buds.
We're trying to figure out like what the appropriate amount is as far as getting a good pump, but I've been excited to try it because I was like, okay, bring on the pump, baby. And the first 2 times I tried it, one of my clients came in early, so I only had like a 30-minute workout. And then also the second day was on my birthday, and my dog was kind of sick, and so I kept like every 5-10 minutes after every set, like going to just take him outside, bring him back inside to just make sure that he wouldn't like make a mess or anything like that in Brock's office. So the first 2 days of that, like, got in my own head of like, oh, well, this sucks, I'm just gonna scrap it, sort of thing. And then I'm trying to think, I think I took a rest day the next day because it was just, I was supposed to do that. And then
I think Saturday you trained, right? Is that the next day?
Saturday I trained, which that was good before party in the gym. But then yesterday, Saturday I redid my day that I scrapped because I was checking in on him. But then yesterday, I finally unleashed the full power of the Vaso 6.
Oh, shit.
I had my pizza that we had that morning, so carved up, which Brock was surprised because just a full pizza, that's just enough. It gets me right to that edge.
Fills
So
the tank.
2 pizzas would have made me lethargic.
I finished it at what, like 1:30?
Yeah.
I didn't eat any food again until like 5:30. I was full. I was good.
Dang. No, I went to the grocery store, got a snack for the ride home.
Yeah, I still ate 2 more times, I think.
So the people want to know, Griffin,
Gotta eat to grow, baby.
are you on the plan anymore?
Oh, yeah. Well, that was my grocery shopping day, so I had no food. I had to get sustenance. So I'm back on the game again today.
Nice.
So
Back on the wagon.
Day 1.
Every day.
But
It's like a big restart from last save point.
Yeah, save state. So had a great leg day yesterday, and I have to say it's been a long time since this has happened, but I'm hoping I can tap into a little bit more. I always feel like I get these like crippling cramps if I have a good lift, and I do feel good when that happens. I feel like, okay, I did some work, even if like my muscle spasms the rest of the day. It's kind of funny, I feel like. So yesterday when I got left here after legs, I went to the grocery store and then just had to like sit back in the car as soon as I got out, just because it was like rippling and like spasming. So I was limping around there. So I will say, like, I don't know. It's probably not the best feeling. Maybe I do need to do more stretching, and I did later that day. But it does feel good when it happens.
I told him the cure.
More salt?
2 scoops overcome.
So one thing I wanted to touch on, I was thinking about earlier today, kind of when we were talking a little bit about like small business or whatever, was kind of like enjoying the process, because there was an ad on the Super Bowl last night that was kind of like talking about, are you happy because you're like, no, y'all don't pay attention to sport ball.
Yeah,
but,
did they get a home run?
Bobby, I told you that's the devil.
Yeah. But anyway, there was this ad that was kind of like talking about, it was like flashing pictures of like Serena Williams, Tom Brady, there's like, championship athletes, and it was like, are they happy because they won? Or did they win because they're happy or whatever? I mean, it was kind of talking about, like, it was an ad for Michelob Ultra, so it was kind of like showing them, like, oh, kicking back, drinking a beer, like, enjoying, the ride to where they're at and things like that. But it made me kind of really, like, think about, sometimes I'll see people on Instagram that'll set, like, certain goals, or, like, even if I reflect on my own of, like, a 500-pound deadlift and my running goals this year, it's kind of like I think I thoroughly – once I accomplish those goals, I'll look back and be like, okay, kind of what's next? I almost feel fulfilled, but kind of like empty, because now that's kind of like done, and then I'm on to the next thing. So sometimes I think, we're so eager to get from like A to B, but still it's hard to kind of just like reflect and think back on, enjoying each day, each training session, instead of just thinking, well, this is cool and all, but I'm trying to really hit that, certain weight or that certain physique.
Yeah. I get it.
Yeah.
I had like a reflection like the day before, Friday, before the party in the gym. I don't know if it came up on my timeline or what. Memory of like the first party in the gym that we did in 2018.
It was that long ago?
I think so. Like the end of 2018. I have the timestamp. I screenshotted it. But I was like, well, shit.
Are you talking about the one before, like?
The one before everything.
Oh, okay,
before I met you,
like
before you weren't there. This was like 8 people.
Oh, yeah. You and Jake kind of
like
did
I just
it on
like
a whim.
threw a post up and was like, hey, we're going to party in the gym this Saturday. Come out. And like 8 or 10 people showed up. I was like, oh, shit, this could be cool. Anyways, but, I definitely agree. And to answer that question, like, I don't know if that was the question of the ad. Are they happy because they won? Or are they happy, or they win because they're happy? I think it
just made me think about it, because there was something else too. I'm like,
I don't know if you wanted to ask that question or answer that question.
No, it's not really a question, but just, I don't know, random thoughts, because I was thinking, I'm trying to remember where I saw it, but it was something like certain like certain like people, like once they fulfill that goal, it's kind of like they aren't happy, or they're always like, I don't know, searching for like that next kind of accomplished feeling. It's like once you kind of reach like that the pinnacle, in a sense, it's kind of like you feel like you're searching kind of like for the next thing.
Yeah.
And like a sense that, damn it, you go.
Let me ask you this. If you feel like you need to kind of have that balance of, win because you're happy because you win sort of thing, or whatever it is, like enjoying the process, do you feel like you also like have to almost suffer, or do you feel like you would kind of enjoy the suffering of, like, let's say if you enjoy being a bodybuilder, does the dieting, like, that's kind of baked into the cake, so like, do you enjoy that, or do you kind of like feel like your suffering is validating your greater goal sort of thing, or like, do you kind of find a way to enjoy the things that aren't as like desirable, or do you kind of just view that as part of the process?
I like
you
that,
enjoy the
that's
process.
kind of like a bit of like a segue, but I feel like it deserves its own kind of thing, because I feel like there are It's kind of like the idea of, like, there is no good if there's no bad, because you can't, like, decipher. Like you need to kind of, like, you need things to suck in your life so that you really appreciate, like, the great things. You know, if you're always riding a high, it's just not going to feel like a high at some point, right? So you kind of need, you know, everything's relative. So I feel like you're saying with bodybuilding, I think there's a bit of the diet where you start to, like, love that you're eating cold chicken and rice, or that you're eating, you know, these bland foods, and that you're doing this, like, cardio in the morning fasted, and that you're kind of, you know, or if you're
Cut
bulky,
above
you're
the
force
rinse
feeding.
sort of
Yeah.
thing. Or like with your
You can
running,
embrace the
if
suffering.
you find that you prefer like distance versus speed or something like that, do you find a way to enjoy the speed if that's not really your preference, or do you kind of view it as like part of the whole running process and then enjoy it in that way, even though it might not be as fun?
I almost look at them as different, because the speed work is like, the workouts are a lot quicker. It's kind of like I just have to focus for burst. It's kind of like if I'm doing a 1 rep max versus doing a set of 12 on squat. It's like you approach it differently. You're like, okay, just get these few reps done, versus, oh, I'm here for the long haul, and like you start breathing heavy. So like with the speed work, yeah, it's kind of like, I don't know, I don't like suffer too much in it, but I am kind of pushing it. I think I prefer the long runs more, although they take like a really long time. I feel like I kind of hit like a mental wall, and have to really like push through it and embrace, you know, the fatigue and the pain, and, you know, whatever my body's feeling like. And I feel like I'm directly growing, if not physically, mentally, from like the suffering that I'm kind of going through. And I know that I have to like get through that in order to be better, because if I don't push through that and I keep quitting at like mile 9, I'm never going to like feel confident or believe in myself to run 10, 12, whatever.
Yeah.
So I always know. And I really like running because it really shows the proof of like your body will carry you like way further than your mind will. And I feel like when I watch documentaries, like I watched one on YouTube of this girl, Courtney Dowalter, and she's this woman that runs like 200-mile races and this and that. It was interesting listening to her, because I feel like she, like Goggins, are these people that I feel like their mind is stronger than their body, in a sense, to where they take their body further than it should be, when most people it's the inverse. It's like they quit way before their body fatigues. And I feel like the magic would be meeting them in the middle, to where you don't push your body past limits to where it's actually going to like deteriorate and like, you know, kill over, but you are taking yourself to your actual potential.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's hard to kind of know where that's at. But the more I do these long runs, I realize, like this last one, it's a distance I've done before, but it just took so much out of me mentally, where I just felt like I got really emotional coming back on like the last 2 miles. And I don't know, I just started to like, I was happy, but also just like, I don't know, it was a lot of like emotions, but I just felt like very alive and very excited to kind of finish it, and like proud when I did, even though I just felt like, you know, broken down and exhausted, just because, I don't know, there's something about like pushing past that.
Yeah, and I feel like,
face.
especially with running, there's a nice, like, tangible finish, or like, there's something about having a point that you can see, like how far away you are or something like that, and like physically getting to that point, sort of thing. Like I remember when I did cross country, just knowing that there was like an actual finish line. Like once you kind of round that hill or come out of the woods or something like that and see it, then you're just like, fuck yeah, like let's take it to the end. And like even if you're like gasping for air, like right about to keel over, you're like, all right, the prey is there, sort of thing. Like let me seize upon this, sort of thing. So I don't know, there is something that's very like primal about it in that way.
I agree.
But
it I don't know, it does something different for me than lifting. It's like, you know, similar in a lot of aspects. It's almost like a Venn diagram. Like there's overlap for sure, but they almost just bring something different out of me. Like the way that I push through things in running, or like the feelings I get and the discomfort is so like different, not just physically but like mentally, than like lifting. But I've really been enjoying it. I don't know. But
good.
What are you thinking, Unabomber?
yeah,
I don't know.
He's tuned out.
I was just thinking, like, you know, I'm not a runner, or I haven't been a runner in forever, so it's like I get it, but there's not. I have no room to talk on it because
course,
I don't
yeah.
run.
Yeah.
So it's like I understand the mental struggle and like I relate it to. I don't do this without every lift. I'm not out there bicep curling like fucking blowing my bones off. But like if I was to do, let's say for example, the other day I was fucking around with is his name Mark or Matt. I don't know. The two newer guys that were in the gym and they hopped in
Jordan?
that might be
Yeah,
it.
Max and Jordan. Yeah.
They hopped in the bear squat with me and we were working. I was at 3 plates and they were like, "Hey, can we put another one?" And I was like, "Sure." I wouldn't really plan on it. But I was like, fuck it. I know I can do it.
Yeah.
But I was just taking my time with the 3 plates. And once they put the 4 on there, I was like, well, shit. The reps are still going to stay the same, though. I'm not going to just drop down because they put an extra plate on there.
Yeah.
So they were hitting like sets of 8. I really wasn't counting, but a couple. And I was like, well, fuck, dude. I guess I'm going to balls the wall. So I went for 15.
Back out.
And, by like rep 12, I was like, fuck. And it's like, I think during those reps, it's a slight addiction to where it's like, man, it feels good to like feel like I'm about to collapse and my heart's about to explode.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't even so my legs were tired. It's like my cardiovascular was definitely catching up.
I would say the most comparable thing is it's like when you get to those higher rep schemes, specifically like with legs, like whether it's lunges or squats or something like that, to where it's kind of like getting to that point of strong discomfort is like, it's difficult to like get there, but you have that like relief when you're done. It's like when you're done with a run, you're gonna feel happy.
Mm-hmm.
But like getting to that extreme discomfort is like so difficult to convince yourself to commit to.
Yeah.
It's like last week when I was gonna do 275 for 8. I know I was telling y'all, or at least one of you, how for some reason 275 for like anything more than 6 reps, I can like physically do it, but mentally I'm like, that number I don't like it. And it like scares me because I think I'm going to fail or this or that. And so like, just knowing the first few reps are kind of just like money in the bank. It's like those are going to get done. It's those last few that actually like really think about hard and feel. It's like convincing yourself, well, it's going to get done. So,
and I don't know about you guys. This might be a different kind of segue, but growing up, I never really liked too many team sports just because I feel like, I don't know. I just like to really like tap into things that I do sort of thing and like just really get to like, okay, different kind of like mindset or like not just do it just to do it sort of thing. And especially with team sports, I feel like you always have like the best player or other things like that kind of like, I don't know, you kind of like work around them sort of thing. Yeah. So I always have liked a little bit more like individual stuff, but I do like things between, because really all I've done is like climbing, track or cross country, and then lifting. But I like all of those because like there is another kind of team aspect to it, even though it's largely individual, but like training with somebody or like running with a group or other things like that. If you're on like a cross country team or climbing, like meeting other people in the climbing gym or outside. But I always feel like I like that kind of balance between the two of, I really like to have my own approach to it or kind of my own reasonings for doing things or like things I like about it or kind of what I take away from each thing. But I also love to like see people that are better than me or people that are kind of equal to me, whether it be like cross country, looking at the fastest or best pace guy, like how does he breathe? How does he carry himself? Like, what's his attitude towards it? Or like climbing or other things like that. I always love to kind of like see that and then try to take away what I can and see like, okay, how does this apply to me or other things like that too. So like with climbing, for example, like doing a hard route and getting to feel like the wall and how you move on it and kind of like how you carry yourself or your balance and where you go wrong or slip or like what's your sticking point, but then watching somebody else do it that's better and seeing like, okay, how do they move? Like what is he like approaching this route like or something like that? Or when you train with somebody, like, what workload do they kind of push themselves to, or like what's their kind of mindset? Are they aggressive into it? Are they calm and kind of passive and just kind of like living in each rep sort of thing? So I don't know if you guys ever like feel that way, but I do kind of like things that are largely individual, but also like you can pull from other people too, or kind of have like somewhat of a team aspect to it, just as far as like partners or adversaries or other things like that.
Yeah.
So
I feel it. I definitely feel it. I don't get to work out with many people, so
Yeah.
I
You
don't
know,
feel it
working
often.
out with people is interesting. I feel like there's been a lot of, I don't know, I rarely do, and I think I definitely prefer working out alone. I think the longest I worked out with someone was with Maddie. I think at VCU.
Simp.
Yeah, I know. We go in the mornings. For a while we didn't, but I think in a lot of ways, you know, she benefited from working out with me as far as like her back training and chest. She'd never really done that stuff, so kind of seeing like what she liked and picking my brain on some of those things. And then also, I got, you know, a lot of help from her because usually, you know, I don't have someone I trust to spot me at a gym. You know, you're always like training, you look around, you're like, oh, is this guy gonna like touch the bar, or is he gonna like actually know how to spot me? And this
Or
and
is he
that?
strong enough?
Is he strong enough? So luckily, like Maddie was someone I could rely on. Always rely on, just the support. But before that though, and after that, you know, I've trained some people here and there. You know, Austin and I worked in, and Griffin and I worked in on, you know, some workouts and things like that, especially over COVID in the garage.
Yeah, the old chair days.
But it's really fun to you know, try different people's workouts and, you know, listen to their mindset. I know like when we were in the garage, we were limited to a lot of what we could do, but different ways you thought of things or rep ranges or things to try, and you know, you just tend to push yourself, I feel like, a little bit further when you know you have someone that you trust to either spot you or to kind of push you on somewhere. But yeah, it's always good to pick
it's weird
different
just
brains.
because, and I don't know if that's because like more individual activities or sports like that, it's not really like a score-based thing like team sports are. But I don't know. I just feel like I always take away more from that kind of stuff versus like a baseball or soccer. Like if there were people that were better than me in that, like, I don't know. I just didn't really like think, oh, how can I get that good or something like that. It was more so just, all right, well, he's the best on the team sort of thing. Does that make sense? I feel like, I don't know. It's hard to kind of like articulate, but I feel like with more so individual stuff like this, if somebody's better or not, I don't know. It kind of just makes me feel like, okay, well, what traits can I adopt rather than just, oh, well, he's the best in our team or best in the gym or something like
Yeah,
that.
I think that's a good way to look at things. I think too many people just, especially I know with bodybuilding, people go, oh, that's just genetics, right? And to an extent, in a lot of ways it is, at least with like muscle shape and maybe how quickly someone gains something. But that's not to discredit the work they put in or to ignore that they may be approaching things differently. You know, we're just coming to it with a different set of skills and, you know, background. So I think that's a good way to look at it, and a much more productive way to look at things, whether it's business, life, running, working out, is, you know, what can I take from this person and adopt it or adapt it to my own kind of lifestyle or workout.
Do you ever feel that way with business stuff if you know that somebody has gotten like an advantage that you haven't gotten? Do you still like look at their attitude or like business structure, or do you kind of just look at them as like, oh, well, they got a handout and I didn't, sort of thing? They started with a small loan of $1 million.
It's tough. Depends
Yeah.
on who the person is.
Yeah.
I think case by case. But I've been getting better at not. There's a few scenarios or like few instances that I could feel like, you know, that I don't harp on it or I don't let it drag me down. Seeing, you know, whether this person had this advantage or that advantage, I don't really think too deeply on it anymore. It's more so, you know, maybe they put themselves in an opportunity to get that advantage, and or, you know, maybe they're vice versa. They might be going through shit that I don't know about, and, you know, I don't know. I don't know how. I don't really like. At least lately, I haven't been judging anything or anybody really. I mean, yeah, I don't think so.
Let's dive into these questions.
For sure.
You want to kick it off?
Yeah. This is Answer the Internet, Barstool Sports. Questions as fucked up as you are. I have Answer the Internet. If you had to go to war, would you choose to go during the Middle Ages, the Revolutionary War, or World War I? Probably fuck. All of them are kind of fucked.
I'd probably do revolutionary, because Middle Ages seems extremely barbaric.
Well, think of the Revolutionary, though. You're just standing in a line and
Muskets.
firing
Well,
across
no,
a hill.
that's if you're a Brit. I'm not a Brit.
Yeah, you'd be in the trenches.
I'd
And
be
then-
I'd be hiding in the trees.
Yeah, doing like the
Slit
Viet
throats.
Cong style.
Yeah.
Big spike trap.
I'd probably go Revolutionary War as well, but it's still gonna suck, man. You get shot, they're cutting your shit off with a bone saw, dude.
Yeah,
You're just
that's
taking a
true.
shot
That
of
is
whiskey
true.
and you're
Well,
going
Bite down on the
War I
belt.
just-
Yeah.
I feel like is so traumatic, where it's like, you know, Was that trench warfare? That was 2.
I
No,
don't
it was
remember.
1. I think it
Oh.
was 1.
One.
Yeah, I think they were in the trenches.
Yep.
But I just remember like
Gangrene.
yeah, when I see the movies, it's just you ever seen 1918?
No.
It's a pretty good movie. I thought it was gonna be better based off how people raved about it, but it's all in. You'll appreciate this, Griffin. It's all in 2 takes total.
Dang.
So at least the way it's like
Wow.
looked, it's very continuous. So it's very like cool to watch and everything.
Have to get that as my next Blu-ray.
Yeah, but war movies are pretty cool. And I like history a lot, especially with World War One and mainly World War II. Very interesting to me. But anyway,
I would probably say the Middle Ages, to be honest, just because it would be cool to be good at like sword fighting.
that's true.
And also like I just feel like maybe things were a little bit different architecture-wise, where there's like big walls and castles and moats and other things like that, whereas in more modern
I feel
times
like I
it's
get
kind
shot
of
with an
just
arrow immediately.
like artillery and tanks and other things like that. I feel like it would be much more fun to like sword on horseback, yeah, like going across the field, sort of thing.
Yeah, it'd be good.
All right, so this next one I kind of screened before. It seemed pretty fucked up, but Austin said let's roll with it. So, poll the internet. Would you have sex with a dead person for 5 minutes if you'd get your laundry done and folded magically for the rest of your life?
Hold on. Reread the word. That shocked me.
Would you have sex with a dead person for 5 minutes if you get your laundry done and folded for the rest of your life?
Not
Think
worth
about that.
No.
Yeah, just 5
No.
minutes.
I didn't even consider it just because it just seems so like
First off,
so
illegal.
fucked up.
Yeah.
So
Well,
we can't answer that legally.
Yeah.
frowned upon.
No comment.
But yes, just kidding.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a no. That's
Yeah.
fucked.
I kind of like doing laundry, to be honest.
Yeah, there's a good feeling when you're done or when you're
So-
doing it.
And
Fuck.
think of how cold that would be.
Well, cold and just like a dead.
Look
dead.
at me.
Thing.
Look at me.
I just said dead body. Hello.
Yeah.
Just- all right. Fuck. That we should have ended with that one.
All
Yeah,
right.
that's stupid.
Which
down.
group is worse? The people who clap during a movie or people who clap when the airplane lands?
Airplane lands.
Yeah.
Well, they stand
Yeah.
up immediately, too. It's like, okay, let's get front first or back first. But it's like everybody stands
Everybody.
up and
yeah,
it's like
no, you
free
got a bunch
for
of
all.
fucking
Start elbowing.
idiocracy. But
Yeah.
yeah, the plane landing, like
Both
that,
are
like
awful.
like that the pilot gives a fuck if you're clapping. For
I
him.
gotta say, the seatbelt tutorial is more annoying to me.
Oh,
it's
well, of
like,
course.
I know how to buckle the damn belt. I've been on a plane before. Like, don't tell me that every single time.
But it's crazy to think they have to do that because legally
Oh, there's
there's
legal idiots
legal
out there.
idiots out there
Yeah.
that just don't know.
That's true.
Oh,
Imagine that
fucking-
being your job too, like
Yeah.
every single time of having to just go.
Here we
through
go
the
again.
spiel. Yeah.
just gritting my teeth.
Yeah. They need to just play a movie or something.
Well,
like that.
some flights do.
Dang.
Yeah, I think like American Airlines or something. Last one I did, they had they didn't demonstrate it at all. They had the fucking TV going.
Do you like that the pilot kind of does the usual like, and we should be landing in here like at this time?
we're gonna have a
and
smooth
blah, blah,
ride
blah.
today. Just
we're
a couple
gonna have
bumps.
smooth- yeah, little turbulence.
Seatbelts on, please.
What would you say is your favorite part of a plane ride?
Well, I only had it
I
twice.
like taking off.
Well,
You've
You-
been on a plane more than that. I know your vacations.
what do you mean? Like
You've
well,
only
it's
been on it
happened-
twice?
No,
Oh.
my favorite experience twice
Oh, gotcha,
out of the
gotcha.
plane rides. Free booze and food.
Oh, first class.
Oh no, like I forgot who we flew, but it was regular class. But they gave us
Spirit.
free. No,
Yeah, Spirit gave
it
you
might
some
have been called
brunettes and pretzels.
Copa Airlines, which is like Cuba, South America esque. But yeah, they gave us free booze and food the whole time.
Nice.
Fucking awesome. That's always something to look. I'm like, oh shit, free booze. Oh yeah, line them up.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm going to
Drop
the
'em
tropical
out.
anyways. Might as well get lit.
True.
That's true.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, guys, that's it for today. Hopefully, y'all enjoyed this one. Might have a guest on the next one, so keep your eyes open for that. Follow us all on social media in the description below. If you have any questions for us, drop them down in the questions below, comments, whatever. We'll see y'all next time. We're out of here.